Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And today I wanted to talk um, about really one of the major benefits of hiring a fitness professional, um, and that is the improved speed to getting a result. Okay, if you hire a fitness professional, someone with tons of experience, and not just in exercise themselves, but in training a lot of different people, and uh, you know, has a lot of experience and, of course, education and training, um, they can speed up your time to getting a great results, tenfold, in my opinion. I mean, we have clients that I have trained, we've trained here in 2 months being able to double their strength. I mean, novice trainees, obviously. Um, but anyway, I'm kind of a finance guy, and I like to look at things financially and the cost of things, the cost of not doing things. Um, and so today I wanted to break down the time commitment that many are devoting to exercise, how many hours is involved there. If they were to earn pay from their salaries, taking the time in which they're using to exercise, what that would cost them on a yearly basis, um, and then some of the extra commitments and frustrations that people can experience by not having a having someone help them, having a coach. And I will add this: I I made the mistake of not actually having a coach for many years, in, for instance, my natural bodybuilding journey, and my journey to building my business. And every time I have hired someone to help me, it has dramatically improved my success. For instance, I hired a nutrition coach. Not that I didn't know enough about nutrition to achieve the objective that I set out for, and that was to compete in the WNBF. But having a fitness professional help me, and having them, someone to be accountable to, um, just dramatically improved my rate of success. And I do not believe I would have been able to achieve what I did in that realm of my career in natural bodybuilding had I not hired a coach. It just whenever you have to put a financial commitment down, you're going to either be all in or not, right? So those that have to, if you hire a coach and you're financially invested, you're going to do what that coach tells you to do. And if you're not going to, then you're not committed. There's probably no reason to really get a professional if you're not going to be all in. But if you're all in and you're willing to follow and collaborate with that coach, you can experience tremendous improvements. Also, in the realm of business, I actually hired a business coach a couple years ago, and just a few key things that they said and guided me along the way really saved my on-site business here. Just to be honest with you, they allowed me to make my time more efficiently, more effectively, and really it was worth 10, 15, 20 times what I paid in coaching. And business coaching is expensive. So hiring any professional can be expensive. But anyway, I wanted to stay focused on here. I talked about the benefits, really, I guess, of hiring a business coach. But I wanted to talk about, some of the time involved. If you're trying to go along this journey by yourself and just try to find information and execute your exercise program without guidance, how many hours are involved, how much time may it take you to experiment to find the most productive ways to exercise for you. Certainly there are some commonalities amongst most people, but exercise also needs to be an individual thing. We all have issues orthopedically, structurally, biomechanically, physiologically. Everyone has sort of some differences and variations. But let's just say you start exercising on your own, and you're earning a pay of $42,000 a year. I know many people earn a whole lot more than that, but let's just say 42,000 a year. That's roughly $20 an hour for 40 hours a week, 52 weeks of the year. And let's say you, again, are going about your exercise program on your own. You probably spend a few hours trying to find a good exercise plan, or maybe you listen to someone you work with and they're doing a program and they look to be successful, and you're going to follow that. And look, it's great to exercise, and certainly any exercise is better than no exercise. But say you spend 4 hours per week exercising, probably 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe you strength train, and then you do some cardiovascular exercise. Hopefully you do both. But you don't really know what you're doing. You go into a gym and you're trying to experiment with all the different equipment, and you try a little bit of everything out, but you spend roughly 4 hours a week. So if you were to pay yourself for that time, $20 an hour, 4 hours a week, roughly $80 a week. Okay, and this 4 hours probably doesn't include our travel time to and from the gym. So, but let's just say about $80 a week, 4 hours a week that you're spending doing that. That's roughly in time, if you were working for that time, that'd be roughly $4,100 a year. Okay, so and again, you're experimenting. You're not really sure if what you're doing is successful for you, especially in the area of strength training. And I really feel like strength training programming is what people need the guidance on, right? Finding the most productive ways to strength train for you is vital. And again, we have people here training here about an hour a week and double and tripling their strength. Again, novice trainees, people that haven't been training much, but when they start, double and triple their strength in very short order. Okay, and really, that's what I do. So, but you're going about this on your own. You haven't hired a fitness professional, and so after a year, it's cost you roughly, in just your time. This doesn't count memberships. This doesn't count anything. Just your time, $4,160. And I know whenever I began exercising, it took me at least 3 years to kind of have an idea about exercise, and specifically strength training. How many sets, what exercises to do, how many repetitions, what exercises work best for me. Actually, probably took me much more than 3 years to gather that information on myself because I was young and just sort of starting out. But let's just say you figure this out rapidly and you get it kind of a program kind of built for you in 3 years. So your time commitment is roughly $12,500. Okay. Now, over here is perhaps a likely conclusion, and I don't mean to be cynical, because many of you that are listening to this video, I hope, are motivated to continue when things are hard. But many times people, they don't know what they're doing, especially strength training. They don't know what exercises to do. They don't know how hard to work. They don't know the loading, any of those acute training variables, rep speed, how much rest to take between sets, all of that. So most people are not going to experiment around for 3 years. So what usually happens, or often happens, they experience lost time and frustration. Okay. Many times they're doing too much exercise, so they're certainly getting frustrated. They really don't know if they're improving because they're not following a program where they can really measure their progress or even see it, right? So they drop out and they quit. It may result in quitting exercise, maybe resulting in an injury. Okay, and I do not want you to quit exercising. I do not want you to quit strength training. Okay, and look, if you can't afford to hire me or a coach, I've published 3 or 4 videos on exercise selection. Please review those videos, and that'll get you started. Now, that's a start, right? Exercise is something that changes over time. Okay, but that's at least a start. You can send me emails and ask me questions or leave comments in the video. But oftentimes, again, may result in injury or quitting an exercise program, because most people, after a year or two, or 3 here, they're just frustrated that with the high amount of effort they're putting into something and not knowing. And that's how I felt whenever I was working, for instance, in my business. I really was frustrated, right? I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know how to get there. I read all the stuff on the internet, tried to gather all this information, but I just wasn't sure. And having a coach really allowed me to be focused. And the very same is said about hiring a fitness coach. Okay, they will make your training program laser focused on the outcomes that you want, focused on things that matter, and make the most efficient use of your time. Okay, so again, there's no way to monetize because we know that exercise is, perhaps in my opinion and a lot of researchers' opinion, the most important thing you can do is exercise regularly, rigorously, and strength train to maintain your muscle health and high levels of functioning. So there's no way to monetize the health benefits associated with regular exercise. But I like to look at things financially and keep things as straightforward as I can. But hiring a fitness coach is certainly going to be much less than this figure over 3 years. And really, in a few short months, you can make a dramatic improvement in your health and save yourself a lot of time here. So anyway, I just wanted to demonstrate I've never seen this type of presentation presented on really the financial involvement of a person's time regarding exercise and the benefits of hiring a coach, making your program much more effective and efficient. So anyway, that's it for this talk. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Subscribe if you feel like I've helped you, and I'm going to try to do a lot more videos in the coming weeks and months. And so anyway, that's it. Talk to you soon.